Why does the woman I love hurt me the most? In the emotional battlefield of modern relationships, one of the most painful questions a man can ask himself is, why does the woman I love hurt me the most? It's a question often whispered in silence, after yet another cold response, subtle insult, or emotional shutdown. And what makes it more confusing is that these behaviors don't always come from hatred, they often come from someone who claims to love you. So, what's really going on when a woman who says she loves you withdraws, manipulates, or seems emotionally cold? Is it narcissism, autism, or something else entirely? This article is based on therapist Lise Leblanc's YouTube breakdown of the painful emotional confusion that often hides behind two commonly misunderstood conditions: covert narcissism and high-functioning autism. Understanding the difference can help you heal, protect yourself, and move forward with clarity. Why love hurts the most from someone close. Love opens the deepest doors of our vulnerability. And those we allow into our emotional space have the greatest access to hurt us, not always because they intend to, but because our expectations are higher, our guard is lower, and our emotional investment is deeper. When a woman repeatedly dismisses your feelings, withdraws after moments of intimacy, or makes you feel like you're too sensitive for reacting, you start to question your own reality. Is she just emotionally overwhelmed? Or is she controlling you? The emotional manipulation trap. Covert narcissism. Covert narcissists don't look like villains. They're often charming, emotionally intelligent, and even soft-spoken. But behind the mask is a fragile ego and a deep need for control. Signs of covert narcissistic behavior. Love bombing early on. Overwhelming attention and affection designed to hook you fast. Emotional withdrawal once secure. Affection disappears, replaced by coldness, criticism, or silence. Gaslighting and blame shifting. You're too sensitive, or, that never happened. Passive-aggressive punishment. She withdraws or plays victim the moment you express needs or boundaries. The covert narcissist hurts you most when you're vulnerable, and they often do it strategically to destabilize your sense of self. It's not about love, it's about power. The quiet confusion of high-functioning autism. In contrast, a woman with autism spectrum disorder, ASD, may seem emotionally distant, awkward, or too blunt, but the reasons are fundamentally different. She may seem indifferent when you're upset, miss emotional cues or social norms, speak too directly, or freeze when you're vulnerable. But this isn't manipulation. It's neurological difficulty in understanding unspoken emotions and social nuance. She might genuinely care, but simply doesn't know how to show it in the ways you expect. Emotional withdrawal in autism is a defense mechanism against overwhelm, not a power play. Empathy. The silent divider. Both narcissistic and autistic women may appear unemotional, but the type of empathy they possess reveals everything. Cognitive empathy. Strong, used for manipulation. Weak, struggles with reading cues. Emotional empathy. Lacking, doesn't feel your pain. Present, feels your pain, awkwardly. The covert narcissist understands your emotions but doesn't care. The autistic partner may not understand your emotions, but once she does, she genuinely wants to help. Criticism and conflict. The real test of character. How she responds when you express a vulnerable truth tells you everything. Autistic partner may shut down, get confused, or seem defensive, but tries to process and repair. Covert narcissist deflects, attacks, plays victim, and uses your vulnerability against you. This moment, when you say, "I felt hurt when you ignored me," is where the truth about her character is revealed. Control versus confusion. The hidden intentions behind withdrawal. Emotional withdrawal is painful, but the intent behind it is what matters. Autistic woman withdraws to self-regulate. She's overwhelmed and trying to process. Covert narcissist withdraws to punish and provoke anxiety. She wants you to chase her, to feel unstable, to prove your worth. Boundaries and reciprocity. Who's really giving? In a healthy relationship, love is a two-way street. But covert narcissists drain, while autistic individuals struggle, but still care. Autistic woman may unintentionally cross boundaries but wants to learn when they're clearly explained. Covert narcissist ignores your boundaries on purpose, especially if they block her access to control, attention, or resources. Likewise, autistic love is clumsy but sincere. Narcissistic love is performative and transactional. The empathy in action test, a simple clarity tool, Lise Leblanc shares a practical way to differentiate. Step 1. Express a vulnerable feeling in a calm, clear way. Example: when you walked away while I was upset, I felt really alone, like my feelings didn't matter. Can we talk about it? Step 2. Observe the response. Autistic partner may be awkward, confused, or slow, but shows signs of care, curiosity, and willingness to repair. Covert narcissist immediately attacks, deflects, guilt trips, or turns the blame on you. Final thoughts. Why love from a woman can wound so deeply? When a woman hurts you, repeatedly, subtly, emotionally, and claims it's love, you must look beyond the surface. Is she overwhelmed by emotion she doesn't know how to process? Or is she feeding on your vulnerability to gain control? Love without empathy is not love. Connection without reciprocity is not intimacy. And devotion without boundaries becomes self-betrayal. If you're constantly questioning your worth in a relationship, walking on eggshells, or blaming yourself for being too emotional, it may not be love that hurts. It may be manipulation disguised as love.